So apparently, rumour has it, Fallout New Vegas 2 is in talks at Microsoft. Now, according to this article by VGC, Jeff Grubb spoke about this on his premium show, Grubb Snacks, on Giant Bomb, or whatever that is. I honestly don't care. And has claimed that Fallout New Vegas' developer Obsidian could possibly be making a sequel to that game, as it's now under the same roof as the license holder Bethesda, and obviously Bethesda Game Studios under Microsoft, because Obsidian is as well. And apparently, according to this article, it's very early, but people have begun to have talks and say these words in sentences: Obsidian and New Vegas 2. I suppose the suggestion is there are talks going on at Microsoft for Obsidian to take the helm of a new Fallout game. I don't understand why they would set that in New Vegas 2. You know, like, why would they go New Vegas 2, just the same place, Fallout New Vegas, but again, sort of thing. I don't know if that's the way that they're going to go about it, or if it's just New Vegas 2 as in, this is the second Fallout game that you guys are doing. So we'll call it New Vegas 2 for the time being, for the simplicity of talks, so you know what we're trying to pitch to you. Apparently we're talking years and years away. There's at least an interest in conversations happening about making something like that actually a reality. And Grubb apparently also added that a lot of people at Microsoft think this could work, and there's a lot of interest to make it happen. Well, of course, naturally there will be. Bethesda Game Studios isn't exactly the fastest developing studio in the world, considering they released Skyrim 10 years ago, and The Elder Scrolls 6 is still nowhere to be fucking found. So it would, of course, be almost like a logical business move for Fallout to be helmed by Obsidian again, now that that's possible, and possibly speed up the process of that so that we're not waiting another decade for another Fallout game. And if it's anything like the quality of New Vegas, then people are of course going to be very happy about it. Obviously it's very early talks, there's not really much detail more to go off than that with regards to it, because there's no game, you know what I mean? They're just saying Obsidian and New Vegas 2 in sentences as an idea that they're spitballing within the studios of the company, and obviously more higher up. And if there's interest for it in the sense that they want to make it, then I suppose it's possible, but then again, it's years and years off. So what New Vegas 2 actually entails could be anything. It could just be a code name, considering this would be Obsidian's second crack at Fallout, if that makes sense, or at least Fallout as it is now, as they've been outsourced to do like a spin-off before, and that's what New Vegas was, and it was massively well received. People loved it. I loved it. Brilliant game. I haven't played it in years, but it's a fantastic game, and I'd love to see like a continuation of Obsidian making Fallout games, and it was a big tragedy to not be able to get that sooner, I think. And obviously now they're under the same company, Microsoft, there is a chance for that to happen, so I'd be rooting for it. In fact, it's the only way I'd accept a New Vegas 2, as it were. A West Coast Fallout game or anything remotely close to that, send it to Obsidian, let them do it. But then again, I suppose with what Obsidian's doing at the moment, would they want to do it is another point. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't really looked into it, but I'd definitely like to see what they would do with it. Like, what would New Vegas 2 entail? It wouldn't be the same game again, it wouldn't be the same place again, but maybe it would be pretty close by. Maybe it would be sort of like that continuation, almost like a Fallout 1 to 2 as said in the article, something along those lines. Or maybe it's just a code name to sort of get across the idea of the point they're trying to make with regards to the game that they want to build, and it could be called something completely different in the end, and not Fallout New Vegas 2, which would also make sense. Obviously, in the article, it seems as if it's entirely possible that New Vegas 2 is just some form of code name for what they want, or what their idea is for Obsidian to take the Fallout brand and separate it from what the internal team at Bethesda is doing, whatever they're doing with Fallout these days. I honestly haven't played Fallout 76 since it released. I have no interest in doing that. I don't care how good it gets. It didn't win me over at the start, and honestly, I don't have much time in my life for online service models when I think that Fallout thrived as a single-player game. So I don't really think it does what I want for Fallout. So I don't know what Bethesda's got planned next for Fallout. But obviously, that if Obsidian were to do something, it would need to be completely separate anyway. And I think that is possibly going to provide more freedom if this is something that Microsoft and Obsidian decide to do. And Obviously, I'd imagine with the blessing of Bethesda, but honestly, it's like, oh, you're going to make a game for us? Cool. Regardless, let's not get ahead of ourselves. At the moment, the rumor is just talks, and Microsoft is involved. That can be a positive, it could be a negative, you don't really know. Furthermore, there could be an exclusivity argument to come from it, or something along those lines, and that could be good or bad, depending. If it's not especially good, it's not going to look good for another exclusive on Microsoft's part to not be whatever, but it's years and years ahead if it's anything at all. So there's actually nothing to fret about, is there, realistically? As much as there is no game, there is just talks. But hey, it's a cool thought. It's a cool thought that for the time being, I'd be down for Obsidian to make another Fallout game. Absolutely. I'd love to see what they would do with it. And that's probably why I'm making this video, just to say basically that. But no, there's little more to it than that, realistically, is there? But obviously, it's something that a lot of people would want now that Microsoft has Obsidian, it has Bethesda Softworks, because they acquired ZeniMax Media back in 2021, and Obsidian was acquired back in 2018. So there is a lot of prospects there for Fallout New Vegas 2 as a word for the continuation of Obsidian's Fallout games to happen at some point. So of course, people are going to be excited, and if they were to make a New Vegas 2 and it would be flat out that, though, it would suggest that it's just talks for an idea at this point. It could be anything. Would only be accepted by people if it was Obsidian, so naturally having that seems like a good idea. It does seem like a good idea on Microsoft's part to consider it, especially considering they have the means to do it. Obviously, I don't want to chew your ear off about Fallout New Vegas 2 when it's just a rumor that's years and years off, but I wanted to make a video talking about, something, and this sort of came up. It was kind of convenient timing. I mean, Russia invades Ukraine, the end of the world is nigh. Fallout New Vegas 2, but real life. It's not really a joke, it's just irony. But yeah, I just find it ridiculously ironic how at this point in time Fallout New Vegas 2 gets rumored. But anyway, there is no game yet, there is only rumors. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go ahead and leave a like, subscribe, share the channel with your friends and all that wonderful stuff. That would be super fantastic. And with any luck, I'll be seeing you all very soon with another video at some point. But until next time, take care and goodbye.